other women. You know, you're not going to always start out the best, but you...
A bridge was made in the space outside of time. Am I right for you or just right? Or right enough to be sad? This vibe but not truly happy. Why do we ride enough just to ride enough trips to love when most of the time it's temporary?
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's KendraGeneva. Listen, I have been gone for quite some time. Reason being is because I've just been going through it. I feel that God has really been testing my faith in this season. I feel that he's really been testing to see if the things that I say that I want, the things that I say that I desire, if I'm actually ready to step into that person and become the person that I need to be in order to attract those things. So as y'all know, with that comes a lot of dark night of the soul days, what I would say. If you're unfamiliar, just look it up. When you are shedding certain parts of yourself and you're becoming a different person, you will have very painful nights, very intense days and nights where you just feel like you're losing your mind. And so that's basically what's been happening over here. I felt that I needed to retreat simply because when I get on camera, I want to be vibrant, I want to be happy, I want to be positive and uplifting and inspiring. A lot of times life coaches will retreat so that they can gain a different perspective. But when you think about it, you produce your best work, the best work that God put inside of you. You produce your best work when you are actually in the trenches and going through it. So I said I'm gonna go ahead and get back on camera. I have a lot of new exciting things coming to this channel in the near future. So if you are interested in cooking vlogs, if you are interested in reviews, there's a show, Love and Marriage Detroit. It's the Detroit version, and I will be reviewing that show in the near future. So go ahead and just subscribe. You're gonna love it over here. We are pretty, we are privileged, and we are pure at heart. So go ahead and just subscribe, and let's just get right into this video. So before I did take my hiatus, I was supposed to review the book, The 4 Agreements. The book has helped me out a lot. So I'm on the 4th agreement. The 4th agreement, always do your best. You want to always do your best in every single thing that you do. And the reason why is because when you step out of a situation, you want to know that you put your best foot forward. So number one, you want to always do your best when it comes to relationships, when it comes to the way that you relate to other people, whether it's co-workers, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your children, your parents, whoever. You want to always put your best foot forward, because when things take place, you want to know in your mind and in your heart that you did the best that you could. You want to always step away from a situation with grace. And so that entails you say what you need to say in its totality. You leave nothing out, whether it's hurtful. If it's the truth, you need to speak it to the individual. So if you know that you did your best, you know that you spoke your truth, and you know that you could not have done anything differently, you feel better walking away from a situation with your head held high, with some dignity and some pride and some grace. That doesn't always go just for romantic relationships. That I'm speaking on relationships in general, with family, with friends, with anybody. You always want to make sure you put your best foot forward, because what end up happening is if you don't put your best foot forward and a situation goes awry, you always have in the back of your mind, could I have done anything different? Could I have said anything different? Could I have been a different person, been more enthusiastic, been more vibrant, been more, whatever the case may be? You will always wonder, did I do my best? So if you intentionally go into a situation knowing that I'm going to put my best foot forward every single interaction, every time I'm with this person, every time I'm at work, every time I write a report, every time I clean this house, whatever the case is, you always want to know that you did your best. So do your best. I've been in situations, even recently, and I would walk into a situation knowing I wasn't about to do my best, because I just felt certain things were beneath me. But that wasn't fair to other parties involved. It wasn't fair to me and my soul and my soul's mission, what I'm supposed to be doing. But you know, lessons, we learn them and we grow from them. So always do your best in relationships, with your parents, with your spouse, with your children, everybody. Always do your best. And the main key is always do your best with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror every day. Tell yourself you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are gorgeous, you are authentic, you are pure. You know, you are a light in this world. You are who you are supposed to be. And the way that you do that, step out into the world as you feel that you're supposed to step out into the world. You know, don't dim your light for anyone. There are a lot of people that could be around you that feel intimidated by you. So you'll feel inclined to dim your light to make them comfortable. Don't do that. That's no service to you. It's no service to them. And it's definitely no service to God and what his plan is for your life. So stand up tall. Stand up straight. Speak up. You know, don't be afraid to be who you are on this planet, because as I always tell y'all, we're on this planet for a very short amount of time. So you always want to do your best with yourself. You know, this is a vessel. This is your avatar. This is how you present yourself to the world. And God is experiencing himself through you, whether you know it or not. That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, do your best. Do your best with other people and do your best with yourself as well. Second thing, you always want to do your best when it comes to business and your career. Quick story time. I remember I was working a job that I could not stand. I could not stand this job. It was one of my first jobs when I first got out of undergrad, and my mom will always ask me every day, how was work today? How's work today, Kendra? How did work to go today? And I would be like, I hate that job. Like, I hate that fucking job. I will always get so upset when I would talk about this job. And number one, it was ridiculous because I'm the one who put in the application for this particular position. So why hate something that you didn't even want to do in the first place, right? So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change my perspective. That's why if y'all are on my social media, at the end of every single post I put perspectives through experience, because I don't speak about what I don't know about. Everything that I speak on this channel, I've experienced firsthand or I've seen firsthand. So it's perspectives through experience. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and change my mind frame. I'm going to change my perspective on this situation. I will wake up every day and write in my gratitude journal. Thank you so much for this new position. Thank you that the day was crazy. Every day, the day was crazy. I worked in a juvenile justice facility. It was crazy every day. And so I would say, I'm so glad that today went smooth. I'm so glad that I had an amazing day today. I'm so glad that everything was orderly. Everything was organized. Everything went as planned. I'm so thankful. And slowly, now it didn't happen overnight, but slowly, day by day, week by week, month by month, I started to actually really enjoy going to work. And that's, you know, that's a testament to how when you speak something out your mouth, it will come to fruition. So you have to be intentional with what you speak. You have to be intentional with how you want to feel in a situation. When I would walk through those doors and I would take my key and turn that door, I would be so irritated for 8, 9, sometimes 10 hours a day, sometimes 16 hours a day, depending on if I was first pull or not. It was such a life-changing experience for me, because I had to learn how to shift my mindset to make my day how I wanted to experience it. I had to shift that, you know, in my mind. So always do your best in business. If you know your report is due on Thursday by 5 p.m., start that report a week ahead of time. And I'm speaking from somebody that did not always do my reports on time. You know, I'm not ashamed to say it. I've always been kind of like, I'm going to get it done. I do better under pressure. But as I become, you know, older in my womanhood, I know that you have to plan things ahead of time in order to get the desired result. So do things with intention. You know, do your best in your career. Do your best. Even with my channel, when I first started this channel, Valentine's Day of this year. And if you look at that video and you look at this one, it's a complete difference. But I chose to keep those videos from then until now. I chose to keep them up to see my progress, you know, and to inspire other women. You know, you're not going to always start out the best, but okay, so you're not going to always start out the best, but if you can look at yourself and you can be proud of yourself if you can look at yourself in the mirror, you can be proud of who you are today versus who you were a day ago or an hour ago. You know, if you can look at yourself and feel proud, you know you are doing the best you can at that time. So don't ever, always give yourself grace. You always want to give yourself grace, you know. You want to always wake up and know, I want to make myself proud today. You know, and hold on to your support system, because those are the people that God sent to you to help you grow through this journey. And know how to identify your support system too, because there are a lot of people that shield themselves as they're wolf in sheep clothing. So they'll act as if they're rooting for you and they're happy for you and they want the best for you, but behind closed doors they talking about you like a dog. They don't like you, they hate you, they wish you didn't even exist. you know, because you irritate the demons inside of them. So learn how to identify your support system and hold on to those people. Hold on to those people, because those are God's people that's here to help you grow through life and to assist you in your journey. I'm telling y'all, it's a cold world out there. And I'm not saying, it's a lot of great people out there, but you have to have discernment. You have to trust your intuition and know. And you don't always have to speak on what you see and what you hear. You know, sometimes it's like, I'm good. I notice something and I know it, and you would never know that I know it. You would never know, because I'm so discreet in what in my observations of people, because I have to be, because my heart is so big and so pure that if I let the wrong people into my heart, it could damage me. So you have to spend time by yourself. You have to do your best with yourself every single day. And then you always want to do your best with your appearance. Now listen, I come on camera looking my best for that day, but my best is going to change every single day and every single moment. So my best a month ago or a few months ago when I first started my channel, and what I thought looked right and felt right, it changed over time, you know. So always look your best, your appearance. When you feel like you're looking good, you're going to produce better results. You're going to feel like, oh, okay, because I also grew up with a mother that was a little vain. She was very about self-image. And so I kind of picked up that trait. So I don't think it's anything wrong with wanting to look your best, you know. Get your nails done, get you some earrings, you know, get you a small necklace, show a little bit of cleavage if you want to, if that's your thing. You know, you always want to look your best. You always want to put your best foot forward with your appearance. Because, and I'm also tell you ladies, when you out with your man and men gonna look at other women. That's just a given. There's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes I would even excuse myself to go to the restroom so that my man could look at, you know, a nice looking woman in peace. Because when you with your man and he's looking at a woman, he know he want to look, but he want to be respectful of you as well, it's gonna be kind of like, dang, like so sometimes I just excuse myself and go to the restroom just so that man could have his look in peace and then be done with it. So but when you looking good, you don't worry about what the next woman is looking like or what, because men are gonna look anyway. So if you're in a relationship and you out with your dude and he glance over another woman, don't trip about it. Of course, as women, we get a little insecure sometimes, but don't always make it a big deal, because that's just in their nature. But I'm gonna tell you, look your best at all times, whatever that may be for you. Don't go out the house with your man. Don't go out the house, period, looking a mess. But definitely don't go out the house with your man looking a mess, because that's going to breed insecurity. Because there's a lot of us beautiful ladies out here, and you want to make sure you look your best at all times. Not just for him, but for you too, for your own satisfaction. And then lastly, you always want to do your best with your home. So I've always been into like very nice pillows. I've always been into drapes. I've always been into area rugs and candles, and the way that your house smell and feel. Always do your best, because that's where you reside. That's where, you know, your husband, your kids come to. That's where you do your family dinners. That's where you sleep. Make sure you always do your best with your home. Don't ever just leave dishes in the sink. We all had them days. We all had them days, especially when we PMS. We all had them days. But you always want to do your best with your home. So try not to leave dishes in the sink at night. Before you go to bed, before you take your bath and relax for the night, make sure your kitchen is clean, your restroom is clean. Make sure everything is nice and tidy, because when you have a nice, tidy home, you have a better sleep. And when you sleep better, you feel better the next day. When you feel better the next day, you produce better results. You know, you feel more vibrant, you feel more energized. So always do your best with your home. Your home is not somewhere that just have 4 walls and windows. You know, your home is where you rejuvenate yourself, where you decide what it is that you want to do next, with not just your next day or your next week, but your life in general. So always do your best. Always put your best foot forward with your home, with your spouse, with your kids, with yourself, with your career. Always do your best. And you also have to take self-reflect. You have to self-reflect. So that's why I took a little bit of a break off of social media for a while, because I had to retreat and reflect to decide, how do I want to present myself? Who is Kendra in this next phase of her brand, of her business? Where do I want to take this business? So you do want to retreat and you want to step back out doing your best. Always do your best. So my next video will be at the end of this week. It will be on a video. I did a video on why you shouldn't split bills in the house with your man, which I wholeheartedly still feel this way, and you will find out why later this week. So make sure y'all keep a lookout for that. It will be a video on basically what you will do with the money that you're saving. If he's paying all the bills, you have money coming in, you should be doing something with that money. So I'm going to tell y'all what y'all should be doing with that money. So thank y'all for watching. I love you so much. From my soul to yours. Enjoy your day.